Hello, everybody. My name is Mr. Greg, and this is the first of our sessions of STEAM at Home. Since we know you're stuck at home, we wanted to offer you some good science projects that you could use at home. So today we are going to be making bottled rockets. Okay? These are less dangerous than they sound, I promise, for any parents who are watching this. Okay? We just need a few simple ingredients to make this. So I need duct tape of some kind, a bottle that's plastic. I recommend plastic because glass is probably too heavy and may break on re-entry. I'm just using a water bottle. If you don't have that, try to convince your parents to buy you soda for a science project. It's the only time that might work. 3 popsicle sticks. You can also use pencils or even just sticks. You just need something to kind of prop up the rocket. I'm also going to use a cork. This one's from a wine bottle, so if you're stuck at home, I'm sure your parents would be happy to liberate one from another place to help you out. We're also going to use vinegar and baking soda. This is the really great part of the STEAM project. Vinegar is an acid and baking soda is a base. And when those interact, we get a fun interaction there. And finally, I've also got a napkin. You are going to need some sort of paper or something to do this. Okay, like I said, this project is really easy. So I'm going to start off by taking my tape and making my rocket a nice little base so it can sit up a little bit. So kind of like the one I've already made, we're going to be making that. I need it to be able to stand up like that. So I'm going to be doing that just by taping on my popsicle sticks to the top. Now as I'm doing this, I am going to leave the top onto my bottle. That keeps the air pressure in my bottle, which makes this whole process a lot easier. It'll tend to squish if you don't leave it on. And I'm going to have enough problems with it as is, so might as well not make it any harder for myself, right? Let's see. And this shouldn't take very long, and it shouldn't need too much tape. Obviously the bottles and everything isn't going to be very heavy, especially with like the duct tape. It works very well, even just one strip. If you use something different, I know I've used masking tape before, and that has a little bit more issues, but it'll all work for you. Once I've got the base and everything set up, this is the one hard part for me, okay? I'm going to put about 1/4 of this full of vinegar to give us a good acid for our base, our baking soda to interact with. If you have a funnel, this is a very good time to use your funnel. If you do not, maybe ask a parent or do it over a sink, because this is easy to get messy. I'm going to gamble I can do it on my own. This is a terrible decision, but you know, we do what we do here. Alright, and let's see. Like I said, maybe just that much or even a little bit more full of vinegar, if you can see that. Okay, and that gives me a good foundation for that. After that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my napkin. I'm going to rip off a square. Or, you know, a shape. Maybe this is like a hexagon. I don't know. Not square, I can tell you that much. And I'm going to use this. I'm going to pour my baking soda in this. This is actually really important because if you pour baking soda directly into vinegar, you're going to get an immediate reaction. It's going to start bubbling and getting air pressure. By putting my baking soda in the paper, I can wrap this up. This gives me a little bit of a delay on my reaction, which gives me time to put the cork in the bottle so I can get my bottle rocket. Okay? The nice thing is if you have enough paper, you can kind of stick it into the bottle top and then push it down with the rest of the cork. I don't quite have enough to do that, so I'm not going to drop it in here because I'm in the library and I do not want to get fired. But we will take it outside in just a minute and you can kind of see that reaction. Before we do though, I want to just point out some of those the STEAM parts of this. This is a really great science project because you get to kind of see those visual aspects of a base interacting with acid and get a nice little chemical reaction without having to go out, get anything special. Baking soda and vinegar everybody has in their house. Okay. Also, the baking soda, once I put the baking soda and vinegar in here, it's going to get the reaction. I'm going to set the rocket down, like so, with my baking soda and vinegar. It's going to do that chemical reaction, build up force, and shoot the rocket off. If another aspect of STEM that's really easy to include in this is math. You can try to use some different ways to figure out how high your rocket is. You can look at objects around maybe your house, and say, oh, how high did the rocket go up on my house? And you can measure that and kind of try to figure that out. Also, if you guys have some really fancy stuff around, there are equations. So if you know how fast the rocket is going, like if you had a speed gun, you could measure how fast the rocket was going, you could count how high it was in the air, and then calculate how high it went based off of how much time you have there. But okay, we're going to pause this video now. I'm sure you guys want to see how well the rocket works. So I'm going to take this outside. We'll pause the video right now, and when you rejoin us, we'll be doing the chemical reaction outside so you can see how it works, okay? Okay. All right, so now we're outside with our bottles. I'm going to add the baking soda and then put the cork in so we can get our bottle rocket, okay? Two things to say before we start. One is when you put the cork in, you are trying to build the pressure in here. So we get that chemical reaction in here. We have the acid working on the base to create air pressure, right? And so when I put the cork in, I want to make sure I put it in as hard as I can, because otherwise it's just going to fall out, okay? So when I add our baking soda, I'll put in my cork and let's see how we can get this to shoot, okay? Oh, don't do this to me again. Woo! Oh, yeah, well, you can imagine if that was going up, okay? Go ahead and try this at home. Let us know if you actually get it to shoot up as opposed to sideways like I did, and let us know how high it went. Okay? You guys have a wonderful day. Bye.